are listening to the Chomp Cast, the official podcast of Sword Chomp. And remember, you can always go to swordchomp.com, where you can access the many places our podcast is available for download. But if you're listening to the show right now, that means you found us. So welcome to the madness that is the Chomp Cast. You can also head on over to patreon.com/swordchomp if you'd like to support us financially. Either way, we're just thankful for you taking time to check out the show. And today's show is all about second chances in the perfect melding of topics, from finishing up our No Man's Sky discussion to discussing our topic of the show, which is games that we were tepid on at first or just didn't like, but eventually came around to and really came to love or appreciate. We have lots of fun, crazy polls to run down this week as well. I tried to weave them in the theme of the show as our @SwordChomp Instagram community weighs in on a bunch of topics like the best gaming comeback story ever, photo modes in video games, second chances, the topic of the show, and a crazy do-or-die scenario featuring a great white shark and a lion that sort of replaces the bio breaks of yore. We have a last-minute special guest from our VIP Instagram community page, which I'll introduce here in a little bit. It's going to be an amazing show. I can think of 18 quintillion reasons why one might want to stick around and check out the podcast. So let's get right into some intros. We will not waste any more time. Not that the intros are ever a waste. First up, from Michigan, Joshua Fowler's here. We refer to him as the god of Sword Chomp. That's one of our jokes. But this god, much like gods of whatever religion you may believe, Josh has been shaping and molding and sculpting the human form from clay in No Man's Sky this week, so to speak. Breasts, actually. I log on and so Josh goes and plays No Man's Sky with one of our VIP Patreons, Epidemic, so shout out to Epidemic. And I'm expecting these beautiful pictures to come back, have taken over the internet. And it's just a giant picture of boobs coming out of the ground, Josh. What's going on?
Well, at that point, there was already a dick. And it was really the only other thing that could have been made at that point.
Okay, so somebody sculpted a dick into the ground first? Is that what happened?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who's to blame for that? Fish or our VIP friend, Epidemic?
A little bit of both. A little bit of both. They were kind of...
They were co-sculpting together?
Just co-sculpting.
It was like a moment of Ghost where Epidemic was behind fish.
One of them starts drawing
wheel.
Yeah, one of them starts drawing and the other one looks at it and that's a shaft. And it needs some balls.
I like Shay's...
Mike is sculpting the balls right behind Fish as he's stroking and fondling and sculpting the shaft.
I like Shay's...
Just spinning around and around.
I like Shay's image he's pushing hard here, with them just in spacesuit to spacesuit, just slowly dancing and sculpting with each other.
That's right. And on the 8th day, God said there will be boobs.
Well, no, that was the penis. Yeah, and then Josh came in. Yo, that's right. Josh came in, God of Sword Chomp, and said, we need boobs. so you just terrain. That's right. Yeah, you're right. I'm picking up what you're laying down. And Josh was laying down some boobs. I'm proud of you, Josh.
Great New York boobs.
I don't know what the fuck that means. What? I know that was Forrest Gump, but I don't get the...
No, the Chappelle Show. There's that episode where he went around New York and he's like, excuse me, you've got great New York boobs. And he put a little badge on them.
That sounds a lot like... Does that not sound like Forrest Gump, Josh? Come on, that's a pretty... That's a good Forrest Gump. Jenny. What? Who is that? Oh, well, that might be our special guest joining us this week. Last minute. Oh, you were giving me my last intro, but you spoke up, so now I'm sucking you in, pulling you in. Hakuna Matata is here, a VIP from the Sword Chomp Instagram community. His real name is Ryan. He's a good friend of ours. How you doing, Ryan?
Hey, I'm doing good, guys. Thanks for having me again.
Yes. Last minute fill in for Fish, so sorry, all Fish's fanboys and fangirls. There's no Fish today. But Ryan will be doing his best Fish impression, right, Ryan? You've been studying Fish for years now, so.
I don't have my vape with me.
Damn it! Oh, no vape. But you know what? Can you get behind the slogan that the micro penis community is exfoliate those guts. Can you get behind that? Exfoliate those guts?
Oh, definitely. We're gonna exfoliate these guts all night.
Oh man.
It was funny. I was telling my fiance about that, and she was like really breaking it down. She's like, that wouldn't really work because exfoliation means you're getting the edge of it. And I'm like, don't ruin the joke, all right? It's a pelvic scrubbing because there's not much. Come on, don't make me break this down. She's like, I don't know. I'm like, well, we all thought it was great, so I don't know. Maybe it's just a man thing. She's like, I don't know.
I think we all is a loose term. I don't think we all thought it was great.
Well, okay. Well, we had a good giggle over it. I'll say that, but
it was pretty good.
That's all we can really expect at this point. A good giggle.
I chuckled.
we
not
giggled
quite a guffaw, but a chuckle.
No. Not quite like when Fish was snorting
just a hearty
cocaine off Morgan U. Yeah, a hearty tee-hee.
I don't ever want to get a tee-hee from Hardee's. I feel like that's disgusting.
I was going to say, a hearty tee-hee is not the combination of words I ever expected on hearing. But, Hakuna Matata, as he's known in our community, but his name is Ryan. And, Ryan, it's fun to have you today because you play a lot of games with us. You play Sea of Thieves with us. You played No Man's Sky with me. You've been on the podcast before last year, and you got a microphone upgrade, and you're getting into the YouTube game. So glad to have you, my friend.
Yeah, thank you very much, guys. I'm glad to be back.
It's going to be fun. And then, of course, last but not least, Shay Layton is here, the professor from Japan. Shay actually celebrated his birthday this past weekend. Happy birthday, Shay.
Thank you very much.
Happy birthday, man.
Thank you. I celebrated by playing Fallout 4. That's all I did.
Nice.
Yeah, it was good. It was good.
I guess that is a treat for you.
Yeah.
For some reason.
It was great. It was good times.
Yeah. How old are you? How old are you now? 17?
I am finally 18. I can legally buy cigarettes. I'm very excited.
Well,
I had my first puff, and I threw up in an alley for an hour, and it was really good times.
Huh.
Yeah,
you just. Oh man, that's actually that reminds me of when I was 18. I remember
you went straight to the Lucky Stripe, didn't you? That's.
I heard Parliament was really good. And I tried Parliament. I figured, they were long and elegant, and then later I learned that it was the old lady cigarette, and I said, you know what? I'd exfoliate some old lady's guts, so I might as well smoke their cigarettes while I'm at it. Thanks for the pity laugh.
Hey, old lady cigarettes is the way to go. I remember one time when I was younger, I was at my friend's house, and his grandma was like 90, and she was smoking cigarettes. Just trying to speed her way up to the grave. And I remember, I sat down in her trailer, and I just smoked one of her grandma's cigarettes. I was like, oh, this is what grandmas smoke. I remember it being oddly cathartic. I don't know why.
Cathartic. What a riveting story.
Yeah.
We were...
Yeah. I don't know what this is filled with, but it is 100. So...
yeah.
Who cares?
Yeah. I wish I could remember. It was like USA Golds or something, I want to say. It's a very grandma brand
This
cigarette.
feels like the 1920s, quite cathartic. Reminds me of a simpler time when I wasn't even conceived.
Yeah. It was...
And no, it was a good birthday. I had a lot of fun.
Yeah. Go ahead,
Edna.
At one point, Edna was 8, and her name was still Edna. That's the crazy thing about old people names. You think of them that way, but at one point she was a 21-year-old hottie named Edna. Dude, Edna hit me up on Twitter, dude. Oh my god. This is completely tangential, and this is the last thing I'll say.
Tangentially, is I wish someone would name their daughter Beulah. Just bring that name back, Beulah.
Beulah. I've never heard that name before.
It's a very old, 1920s, 1930s woman name. Even before that, Beulah. I wish someone would bring that.
It stuck around in the South a little bit longer.
Beulah.
Yeah.
It sounds like something.
It's one of those names. Go ahead.
I was gonna say it sounds like something you contract if you drank dirty water. I got Beulah disease.
Goddamn it! He got the Beulah. He got the Giardia and the Beulah.
It wasn't funny until you actually added the Giardia to it. That actually makes the joke.
I don't get it.
Yeah, it does.
See, it went over my head. What's Giardia? What the hell is Giardia?
So Giardia, and here's your bio break for the week, I guess. So Giardia is like if you drink water in like rivers or lakes that hasn't been treated, especially in Montana. Like if you just like were to dip your hand and drink it without treating it at all, you could get this bacteria. It's basically Giardia that will make you like have diarrhea for weeks, possibly months, up to a year.
My God!
It wrecks your guts. And that's
Chipotle.
It's not a joke. It really wrecks the shit out of your guts.
Chipotle. I want to start a restaurant name at Girardia. That sounds like an amazing fucking
Girardia?
Girardia?
You should probably name Giardia.
God damn it. I'm working with what I got here, all right? I'm working with what I got.
Yeah.
But yeah, so don't, like, when you're out fishing, Morgan, really don't just drink the water. Like, have a water filter in all seriousness.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's good. I don't drink water. I don't drink water at all. We talked about that last week, remember?
Yeah.
I don't even drink clean water. I just drink
the
soda.
only water that enters the system is when he just, has to kiss that fish before releasing it.
I just gotta, a little mouth to mouth. So, and also when I kiss fish, it's also when I get a little mouth to mouth.
Naturally.
Well, I hope you had a good birthday, and that's all. That's it. That's all I got to say. Hope you had a good birthday. No, I think that's something. I thought something clever to say there, but I didn't. Thanks for being here, Shane. Of course, I am Morgan Barnes from Montana. Pretty exciting, as we were talking about for the show, Ryan. I got a new interview up. A new podcast is up now called In the Blood. Josh did a lot of work for me editing it this week. Because I am.
That's awesome.
We are growing.
Man.
Shay got Evoking the Sublime up. Thank you. Yeah, we are. Our Sword Chomp family is growing. Yeah, I was wondering what you thought of it, Josh, as a sound guy. He's an audio director, so it might not be a name people are super familiar with. And a lot of people don't even know a lot of people that make their favorite games. And so hopefully this is something me and Shay, hope to change over time with our interviews and stories and whatnot. But yeah, it's a really cool interview. Check it out, In the Blood, wherever you get podcasts. I interview the audio director for No Man's Sky, and honestly, it was a lot of fun because really anyone that's near No Man's Sky at all, the creation of it, I just want to get a whiff of them. Just a little whiff of that juice, and I'm happy. But it was actually something. it was a passion project.
Ryan actually had a really good idea for another podcast too earlier on the Instagram.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I would love it. It would be great.
Yeah,
Josh's what was your idea?
What was your idea, Ryan?
Josh should just sit back and play some old classical music and talk about various different alcohols. There he goes, raising the glass, and talk about hot sauce and just Josh things, man. Just sit back and talk about very intellectual things. It would be fucking awesome. Nobody else either. Just
Josh's corner.
Josh's corner, dude. Like a 10-minute a week thing. Just Josh's corner. Just gets in there and rambles about whatever the hell he wants, and that would be fucking great.
You know, it'd be awesome. He could even like just stream that on Twitch. Just like pop up once a week or once a month for 10 minutes, and that would be the podcast.
It'd be great. It could be a new Patreon tier,
Only for Patreon subscribers.
Yeah, get
the thing is,
to
Josh,
the Twitch stream.
Josh dresses in a suit. He has like a Trilby hat or something, and he makes it super classed up. I'd love that.
Definitely. That would be cool.
You got to relate it to gaming somehow. That's the trick. It has to somehow circle back. 20 seconds at the very end of it. It'll be like 20 seconds on a game. That's it.
Yeah.
And
He'll be like, by the way, I played Pokemon.
To summarize, try this game at the very end.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with it, but it'll be great.
Absolutely nothing to do with it.
I am now using an old copy of Battletoads as a coaster. Something like that, just slide in there.
Yeah.
So yeah, and I was gonna say it's a nice segue, Ryan. If you sign up for our VIP Instagram page, which is only $5 a month, you get access to a top secret Instagram page with lots of cool behind the scenes stuff, including the creation of the logo for my new podcast.